Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I have a very special guest. But first, let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Whole world is celebrating. Whole world is celebrating night. Yes, the whole world is celebrating. And I am your host, Tommy Throwback Kovac. Now today, I will be interviewing Laurene Landon, the star of Maniac Cop, America 3000, The Stuff. Enough is never enough. And here she is on the phone. Let's start. Hi, Laurene.
Is this the IRS?
It's Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am great.
Good.
So what are you wearing?
Right now, I'm wearing a black see-through dress from church, actually.
Oh, nice. Are you Catholic?
Stones all over it. It's not see-through. I mean, it's a velvet dress, but, it's got see-through sleeves and so forth.
Nice. Are you Catholic?
Yes, I am.
Me too.
Is that a problem?
Absolutely not, because I am too.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Well, we all have our faith. We all believe in what we believe in and who we believe in, and I respect all faiths. So, I was raised Catholic, and I'm going to die a Catholic. I became Episcopalian for a while, but I moved and bought a house in Harvard Heights, and the church, Catholic Church St. Brendan's, is only 5 minutes from me, whereas the other church, St. Thomas, is 45 minutes now from here. So what church do you go to?
Over here in Reading, I haven't had a chance to go to church since I moved over here. Lots been going on.
Where's Reading?
It's like on the border to Sacramento.
Oh my gosh, I was wondering where that 5530 area code was from. I thought it was like Indonesia or something.
Oh no, I would never live there. Yeah, that's crazy. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I had so much fun meeting you a couple weeks ago.
Yes, it was lovely meeting you as well at Monster Palooza. You were so kind and such a great historian that you blew my mind, and Larry Cohen's mind, by the way. I think you got a stuff cut from him.
I sure did. It's signed by both of you.
Yeah.
Larry, though, oh my God, he just had such low self-esteem and didn't really like the compliments I was giving him.
No, he has no self-esteem whatsoever, unfortunately, which is amazing to me because he has so many fans all over the world. And when we went to Austin, Texas for the Fantastic Fest Film Festival,
Yeah.
his new documentary, King Cohen, it was sold out twice, standing ovation both times, before and after. And, he just, for some reason, just because you're as famous as you are, as he is, doesn't mean you, have a healthy sense of self. Most people don't know that Larry Cohen has the absolute, incontrovertibly greatest sense of humor of any human being I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
But when it comes to him, he's the most modest human being I've ever met in my life. People don't know this. I've known him for 35 years, since before your parents were born, I'm sure.
Oh, no, my parents were born. I wasn't born yet. I was born in 1983.
Oh, my God, you're just a baby.
I've always been an old soul, though. I mean, if you saw my movie and my album collection, you would think we were the same age.
Really?
Yeah.
What album collection?
I'm sorry?
What album collection do you have?
Oh, I got the Beatles, I got the Rolling Stones, I got lots of classic rock stuff.
Do you like U2?
Oh, I love you too.
I love U2, honey. It's my favorite rock band of all time. They just, you just can't compare any other group to them as far as I'm concerned. I mean, almost every song they did hit a chord with me, and I just absolutely love their music and all the charitable things that they do for the world. Constantly. I just love U2.
Yeah, they're a great band. So, probably one of your very first roles was you play a skater in Roller Boogie.
That's correct. How'd you know that? You psychic?
IMDb.com.
I'm kidding. Yes, Mark Lester directed it.
Yeah, what was that like? Because I heard he can be difficult.
You heard what?
I heard he can be difficult. Was he?
No, Mark Lester, not at all. No, he was very funny, very generous, and very kind to everybody, and had a wonderful sense of humor. I don't know where you heard that from. But Linda Blair was in it, and she was the lead. I was just, it's one of the first things I did, as you probably know, and I'm basically in it for, I don't know, a minute at that, I don't know, 2 minutes. I'm just a roller skater in it. But because I love roller skating so much and did axles and spins in the air, I used to go out to Sherman Oaks because Cher had every Sunday she had Monday, sorry. She had a private thing going on there, and I just got in. Jack Nicholson was there, everybody was there. I mean, those were the good old days, but I always stayed in the middle, skating and doing axles, and I just loved to skate. I just loved it.
Yeah, I was never able to skate ever. I didn't have the balance for it.
Did you ever try?
Yeah, but the moment I stood up on a roller skate, I just lost my balance and slipped.
Why didn't you put some training wheels on your skates?
I don't know. That was like 30 years ago. I don't remember.
Well, I could never rollerblade. Never.
Yeah, did Linda Blair talk to you at Monsterpalooza?
No, she was very busy and I was very busy, so we unfortunately didn't get a chance to talk. I walked by her table when I went to the restroom actually, and she had a big smile and said hello, and that's about all. We're trying to get her in a movie that I'm executive producing coming up. One of the executive producers on the film, and we're trying to hopefully get Linda Blair for one of the roles. So
Nice.
yeah, I don't know if she works that much anymore. I don't know. I know she has a huge charity for horses and for pit bulls, which I do as well. I rescue pit bulls for many years, and I know she does too. And no doubt in my mind that she contributes a lot of her money that she gets at those autograph shows to those with no voice and no choice.
Yeah.
She's a very big advocate of pit bulls, and I respect her tremendously for that.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you have any dogs or cats or fish?
I haven't had a cat in about 4 years, but yeah, I've had many cats and dogs, and I had fish at one point.
How many cats did you have?
Oh my God! When I remember, like when I was like 4 years old, my brother went to go visit his father, and he came home with like, I don't know, 6 cats, and so we had 6 cats then, and then over the years, just had one here and there.
That's a lot of kitties. I had 14 at one point.
Wow, you were a cat lady.
I found homes for most of them. They were wild kitties, and a lot were in the backyard. The mother in the backyard constantly giving birth, and another mother. So I would take the babies when they were ready, because they would have just died out in the backyard or in the garage where I was renting. a condo at the time. Um, so I would find homes for all of the kitties. And the funny thing was, people would call and say they wanted, I would say, is this going to be an indoor cat or outdoor cat that you are looking for? And inevitably they'd say, oh, it's going to be an outdoor cat. And I'd say, okay, thank you, goodbye. And I'd hang up, right?
Yeah.
Because to me, outdoor cats are three-way cats. My kitties here that I have, I put them on leashes like a dog outside. I keep them on leashes. I know it may sound crazy, but I don't want them getting hit by cars. So anyway, so the same people would call me back.
Right.
This is when I lived on Normandy. And they would say, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm looking for an indoor cat. And I'd look at the caller ID, and I'd say, didn't you just call me about 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't me. And I'd say, yes, it was you. I know, I recognize the caller ID. You called looking for an outdoor cat, and I'm sorry. And so I would ask people questions. How are you going to take care of this kitty? What about college? Things like that. I wanted to make sure I met everybody before they took the kitties away. I made sure that they had a backyard and that they, were going to keep the kitties inside. I don't know if they did or not, but that was a condition upon the release of the kitties. So.
Yeah. One thing I have learned is that a lot of horror movie actresses are animal lovers.
That's very true. That's very profound that you say that, because I have noticed that as well. As a matter of fact, a lot of actors in general, as we get older even, the older we get, I think, in my heart, in my belief, is that the more we trust animals than humans. They don't betray you. I think pets are proof that speaking isn't compulsory, and they just live to love you. That's all. They live to love you. That's it. So,
Yeah.
unlike human beings, who many times have an agenda. Pardon me, dogs and cats have no agendas whatsoever.
Yeah, that's very true. I have to say, that's very true. It's just so bizarre though, because it's like it's like they're animal lovers, and it's like oh, don't kill animals, but by all means kill each other with a machete.
Right.
It's so bizarre.
Or a machine gun, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that guns should be totally outlawed.
Me too.
Four of the five murders are committed by people that knew their assailants. Four of the five murders are committed by
Yes.
people that previously had no history of violence, but on the spur of the moment, passed and killed somebody that they knew. I did an expose on this when I was at UCLA.
Yeah.
All in Cal State LA. Anyway, I have not believed that people should have guns. I think it's a horrific thing what happened in Las Vegas last week. It's just unimaginable what those families must be going through, the loved ones that are left behind, and I just, that's my personal belief about guns. Now, a lot of people, the NRA and so forth, will disagree with me, but
No, I agree with you. I mean, it is disgusting what's going on in the world today. It's just disgusting. But the first time you worked with Larry was in Full Moon High.
Yes, it was. It was a very funny story there, if you want to hear it.
Absolutely.
Okay, I had an agent at the time named Beverly Head, and she sent me out to the Valley, Jumpers High School, and they were casting for one of the roles, so even though they were shooting that day. And Larry Cohen, who I had met that day, I had heard about his other movies. I was a huge fan of It's Alive, as was my father growing up. That was my father's favorite movie.
Yeah.
It's Alive. We saw that together when I was a little girl. And my father always said, I wish I could meet Larry Cohen someday. And of course he did. Many, many, many times Larry was kind enough to take him to dinner, take him to the movies, and so much time with my father that his dream came true. He wanted to meet Larry.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's Larry for you. He wouldn't tell
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I went to meet him, and he told me that when I got there that he was casting. He just fired the lead girl, and the lead girl was married at the time to George Clooney. I forget her name, but he had just fired her. And so he says to me, "I'd like you to play the lead in this movie." And I was stunned. I was absolutely flabbergasted and terrified. And I said, I can't do it. And he says, "What do you mean you can't do it? I'm giving you the lead. I'm offering you the lead." And I said, "I can't do it because I have an audition I have to go to." So I ran out of the school and went home like an idiot. And then my agent called me, giving me a blast, of course. And I just said, I just freaked out. I got scared. And she says, "Well, you better get your ass back over there tomorrow." Um, and they found a girl apparently, I guess, but he wants you back on the set. So he gave me a role that he wrote in, a girl that always sees the werewolf, but nobody else sees the werewolf. Did you ever see the movie?
Absolutely.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I love the movie.
Yeah, there were some great actors in it.
Adam Arkin, his father had a small part. I remember when you told me that you had seen It's Alive on a double bill with Black Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet you had no idea that you would even end up in the third one.
No, I had no idea whatsoever. Like I said, I took my father to see the movie, and I frankly liked Black Christmas better because it was so terrifying.
Hmm.
I loved It's Alive, but my dad was just obsessed with that movie, and I had no idea that years later I would actually meet him. I guess that's why I was so scared because I'd seen It's Alive, and his movie was number one for 12 weeks, I believe, in Variety, and I was just so intimidated and so terrified. So anyway, yeah, I was in the third one
Yeah.
with Michael Moriarty, by the way,
Yes.
who
He.
I absolutely adore, and worked with him on one of the Masters of Horror episodes called Pick Me Up that I also wrote the lyrics and the music to. It's at the end of the film if anybody ever sees it.
Yep, I remember that episode. And then you you got to work with the legendary Robert Aldridge in the stuff. I mean, the all the
All
marbles.
the marbles, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was quite an experience because first of all, I was up in Las Vegas for the Miss Black Velvet pageant, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get it. It was down to two girls, myself and a Spanish girl,
Yeah.
and the other girl got it, deserved it. And but while I was up there, I met this wonderful casting director, Jackie Pascal, and she said they're casting a movie down in Los Angeles. A gentleman named Ruben Cannon is looking for very athletic girls, and you look incredibly athletic. And I said, well, I am, and I was, and I still am. But she said, here's a phone number. I want you to call Ruben Cannon, and I'm going to call him myself. So when you get back to LA, give him a call. So I called him, and when I met Mr. Aldrich, I didn't know who he was. I thought he was Robert Altman, and I said, "It's very, very nice to meet you, Mr. Altman, sir." And he laughed and laughed, and his son Bill laughed, and his son said, "What did you just say?" I said, "I'm sorry, I don't know, Mr. Altman, because that's the only person I ever heard of in my life." And Bill Aldrich, his son, the producer, said, "My father is Robert Aldrich. Are you familiar with his films?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry, I'm not." But they thought it was hysterical that I confused him with Robert Altman. So
That's funny. And Peter Falk, of course, he must have been a character.
he was wonderful. He always talked to the ladders. He always talked to chairs. He always talked to telephones. He would recite his dialogue in his trailer. He walked by and his curtain was open, and he'd be saying his dialogue and through a magnifying glass. He was just wonderful. And another great thing about Peter was he was so giving and so generous, but he constantly changed their dialogue during all the marvels.
Yeah.
He would have Vicky Frederick and I come up to his room, and nothing
Mm-hmm.
the next day. So we were scared, but we didn't want to get fired, so we just went with the flow. And we showed up on the set the next day when we were in Youngstown, Ohio, and we were doing the dialogue, and Robert Aldrich says, you, and you, out in the alley. So we were all went out in the alley, and Robert Aldrich said to the three of us, well, to Vicki and I, you're fired and you're fired. And we were flabbergasted. And then that night, I went and knocked on Mr. Aldrich's door, and I said, I'm just so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. And he said, you're not fired. You're not fired. I was trying to make an example of that idiot, Peter. So he said, don't ever do that again. What you did, I forgive you, and I know it wasn't you. I know it was Peter. And so about 3 days later, he does the same thing.
Wow. That's crazy.
He does the same thing, calls us up to his room, and Vicki and I said, we can't do this, we're going to get in trouble. And he goes, don't worry about it, Al. Don't worry about it, Laurene. Bob's my best friend, and, I got to say in this movie, so we wrote the dialogue. So we had to get on the set the next day, and guess what? You, and you out in the alley. This time he grabbed Peter by the throat, slammed him up against the wall, and gave him a hell. Vicki and I were in after shock, of course, because we were in a major motion picture for MGM, and
Mm-hmm.
we didn't know from moment to moment what was going to happen if we were going to get fired. But after they saw the dailies, believe it or not, after they saw the dailies, the first week of dailies, MGM doubled our salaries. I mean, for that to happen, well, it's never happened again, but Robert Aldrich, when he made Vicki and myself, and David Spiegelman, the head of the studio, was there, and a lot of other people, and he told us, you girls are remarkable, and I'm doubling your salaries.
Oh, wow.
And the funny thing was, my agent called later that day and says, after Kellen Jennings, and one of my two agents, Tom Jennings, calls and he says, well, I just want you to know I got your salary doubled. And I said, well, Robert Aldrich told us today that he doubled our salaries. Robert Aldrich told us that today. And he goes, no. I got both your salaries doubled. And he didn't even represent Vicki, which, of course, was a joke. So there were some crazy backstory things that went on with all these movies I've been in.
Yeah. And I also know that it was Brink Stevens' first movie.
Hmm?
Brink Stevens.
Sorry, who's that?
She did all those crazy horror movies with Linnea Quigley and Michelle Bauer, like Nightmare Sisters and Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar, honestly. I'm so sorry. I'm not familiar with a lot of horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. And people think I'm a scream queen or something, but I'm not. I've done comedies, dramas, the full spectrum of everything. So,
Yeah.
but I did watch a really good movie yesterday called Axe to Grind, and I watched it with my amazing manager Joe Williamson, who I absolutely love and adore.
Yeah.
Most trusted, loyal, and true friend I've ever had in my life. And Joe brought the movie over, the DVD over yesterday that the producers of my next film are going to be doing. So we sat and had pizza and popcorn and we watched the movie and called one of the producers after and we told him how much we liked the movie. Axe to Grind it's called.
I'll
I've
check.
never seen it before.
I'll check it
You
out.
seen it?
No, I'll check it out though.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's fun and it's got some great dialogue by Scott Stanford, who's written the next two films I'm going to be in, and it's just he just follows the formula of what I consider great horror movies, and that is there's always a break of humor before the juxtaposition of the kill. So, yeah, I was really happy to see that yesterday.
That's awesome. And then you did Airplane 2, the sequel, and this is where I fell in love with you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why?
I've
You
always
high?
no. I've always had a fetish for stewardesses and like librarians and teachers and nurses and bartenders. And I don't know, you and Wendy Phillips, I thought both of you were hot in this movie as stewardesses.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. You know, still on IMDb, I think it's on the movie meter, it's something like 5,000, which is astonishing, considering the movies. We did the movie, I think, in 1985 or something like that.
82, 1982.
I'm sorry?
1982.
Oh, 1982. Okay.
Yeah, I remember you had a deleted scene that I've seen in the TV version where you're trying to get this passenger to give you this cup of coffee,
Uh-huh.
and he spills it on the passenger next to him. God, that's so funny. I wish they kept it in the actual movie.
Well, the problem with that movie was they shot so much footage. They actually shot enough for two more movies. Airplane 2. It was just endless, the footage, the shooting. And I was told by one of the producers that there's enough footage here to shoot two more sequels, but nothing ever happened to it. So,
Yeah, the same thing with the first one too. They shot a lot of footage, and they did a TV version of that one too.
I think the first one was still the best one by far.
I personally like the second one better, but the first one, yes. I mean, I can laugh out loud at both of them.
Oh yeah, William Shatner's hysterical, isn't he? In
Yeah,
Airplane 2. I think he just killed it and stole the movie.
yeah. My God.
Especially when he's outside the door there, you think he's someplace else.
Yeah.
And then he just opens the door and starts talking. It was so great.
Why the hell am I notified about these things? Yeah.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Mr. Dunn and Mr. Unger have been sucked out of the air room.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah. It was a very funny script. A wonderful time working on it at Paramount.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right there on Melrose. Every time I'm in LA, I pass by there and I just get goosebumps.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder whatever happened to Julie Haggerty or Robert Hayes or Rip Torn or uh, well, everybody was in that movie. Sonny Bono, we know what happened sadly to him.
Yeah.
Lloyd Bridges, of course, I think he passed away, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. But there were Peter Graves too. Chad Everett too, I think, passed away.
Yeah. I actually met
Raymond Burr,
I,
Lloyd Bridges. There's so many great actors in that movie.
I actually met Robert Hayes last year at Monsterpalooza.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What was he like?
Very nice man, very down to earth. I wanted to ask him so many questions, but he kept asking me questions, and it was pretty funny because I was walking with two canes at the time, not just the one I was with this last time, but like he was just asking me questions, and he was so cool. I really enjoyed meeting him.
Yes, I hear he's a really nice guy. I only met him briefly in the makeup room. That's it. He was lovely. Why did you have two canes? What happened to you?
I had a car accident 2 years ago.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I
What
was the
happened?
It was the best thing that ever happened to me overall. It was
Why?
it was just a drunk misadventure.
Was it what?
A drunk misadventure.
Who was drunk?
Me and the driver.
Oh, you both were.
Yeah.
So what happened to you? Did you break your legs or what?
Well, yeah, we got hit out in the middle of a highway
Oh my God.
after we crashed. Yeah, we got out of the car and we crashed and we got hit.
Was it on the freeway? Where was it?
It was on the freeway. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you're still using a cane?
Yeah. Well, I don't really need it, but I do it for safety reasons because I can't run anymore. And so, like, there have been times when I've walked in public without it, and a lot of rude people are like telling me to like move it, and I can't walk any faster than I am.
You're kidding me.
Oh, it's pretty bad. I got lots of metal in my leg.
You've got what?
I got lots of metal in my leg.
Oh my gosh. Forever? For the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, I mean it's helped me pursue my dream of show business. So I'm very lucky
I would say so, yes.
because before I wasn't motivated. Now I am.
And so is this live? Are we live or are we dead?
We're live.
Oh, oh, okay. Well, hello everybody out there. If anyone's listening.
Yeah, but then you did the stuff, and that's one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Really? Why is that?
I just love just the social commentary. I love the crazy situations. I love Michael Moriarty's performance. I love everybody's performance in it, really.
It's funny because, Larry Cohen always makes social commentaries with his movies. Sometimes you have to see his movies 2 or 3 times to get what he's saying. And essentially what he was saying in that movie was about people's obsession with commercialism.
Right.
Maniac Cop was, most pretty. What I got from it was the injustice within the criminal justice system.
Hmm.
But there's always a social commentary that he's making, and it's alive with the monster movie, The Outcast, the little baby, the outcast, and how terribly children are treated if they look like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't just make movies, make them up and say, oh, here's a script. He always has a reason. There's always a reason, a thematic echo in all his movies. So he's a true maverick and a guerrilla filmmaker. He used to be, but then he really, really jumped the shark, so to speak, when he did Bestseller with James Woods.
I
And
love that movie.
fabulous movie. And then he did Phone Booth, which was amazing, with Colin Farrell, and also Cellular.
Yeah, Cellular. Hmm.
Yeah, now he's working with J.J. Abrams, believe it or not.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
J.J. Abrams has been a secret for quite some time, but it's all over the internet now. It's gotten out, and no one's supposed to say anything, but he is working with J.J. on a new TV series, so I'm very, very happy for him.
Wow. I am jealous.
Why?
I'm a screenwriter, and I'm trying to get my stuff read so my stuff can be made.
Have you had anything produced?
No, not yet.
Do you write horror? What do you write?
I I write a lot of stuff, but horror. I got this really great supernatural horror story that I'm trying to sell.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I have tremendous respect for writers. A lot of people laugh at writers, and make jokes all the time. Like, for instance, did you hear about the Polish girl who slept with the writer? But, the writers, to me, are the backbone of every movie. The screenwriters, if you can have all the money in the world, like, I just saw that, what's it called? Um, what's a remake of something, I'm sorry, I can't, I lost my train of thought for a moment there. But, what's it called? I can't remember. Anyway, it's $100 million movie at least.
Hmm.
The new one was Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Blade Runner. Blade Runner. So sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The new Blade Runner.
But, today on IMDb, I just checked it out. It says it's a flop. It only made 11 or $12 million the whole weekend. So
Wow.
I'm sure that was $150 million movie. Had to be. It had to be. So I truly believe that it's the crux of the story is what's most important. People want to see good stories. Personally, I don't like CGI because I don't understand it, and
Yeah.
it looks phony to me. I like all the movies pretty much from the 80s or early 90s when they didn't have all these special effects and all the CGI, and it just looks to me like cartoons. It's suspense belief for me.
Yeah.
That's just me. I know millions of people love these kind of movies and go to see them, make it.
I agree. I agree. And then you did America 3000, which would you say this was like your big breakout role?
A breakout or breakdown role?
Breakout.
No, it was a disaster.
Wow.
We shot it in Israel, which was a big treat for me to go to Israel. I'd always wanted to go to Israel, and they changed the script 3 or 4 times while we were on location. So, no, that was a disaster, that movie, unfortunately. And I did a documentary called Electric Boogaloo, The Wild Untold Story of Canon Films.
Yep, I saw it.
Myself in it, and I don't know if you saw it, but
I saw it.
I had the DVD with me, and I lit the DVD on fire. I said, "This is what I think of the movie, and this is what I think of Canon Films."
Yeah, I saw the documentary. I was actually kind of bored by it because I don't know. It just they wouldn't. I felt like they wouldn't get to the point on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
My friend Diane Franklin was interviewed for it.
Who's she? The name sounds so familiar.
The Last American Virgin and Better Off Dead and several other movies she was in the 80s.
Are those horror movies?
No, those are teen sex comedies. The horror movies that she was in was like Amityville Horror 2 and Terror Vision, a Charles Band movie.
The name sounds so familiar, but I don't know her. But that doesn't mean anything. I don't know a lot of people.
It's okay. It's okay. And then you did Armed Response.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I love Fred Olen Ray's movies. To me, he's a genius.
Yes, he is. He was way ahead of his time, and he was a doll to work with.
He seems like it. And you have to work with David Carradine, Lee Van Cleef, Michael Berryman, who I've met. He's cool.
Yes, Lewis Hamilton, and I'll tell you again, Brett Huff and Dick Miller, who I love.
Oh, hi.
There were a lot of people in that movie. It was a lot of fun to work with. We shot most of it at way out by Magic Mountain, Magic Rock. We filmed most of it.
Yeah. Yeah, was that a good experience, though?
Oh yes, absolutely. I was living with Christian Brando at the time, and he was insanely jealous of Dick Miller, who lived down the street from us up in Laurel Canyon, and Dick would come and pick me up because, wife takes separate cars all the way out to Vasquez Rock, and Christian was just insanely jealous of insisting that I was having an affair with Dick Miller, which was not true. He was married and happily married, so. But yeah, so we used to drive out there, and it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours, hour and a half, yeah, something like that, 2 hours to get there. And it was a great experience, though.
Nice. Yeah, I met Dick Miller earlier this year. He was a very nice man. It was such an honor to meet him.
Yes, he is. Where did you meet him?
At the first Monsterpalooza in Pasadena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. It was so awesome.
Yeah, he's got a huge following. I think he works on a lot of Joe Dante's films, doesn't he?
Which films?
Joe Dante, I think doesn't
Oh,
he work in Joe's films?
Oh yeah, he's been in every single one of them actually. He's worked with him. He's worked with all of Roger Corman's proteges.
Yeah, he was a delight to work with and very, very funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. And then you did Maniac Cop, which is probably the movie you're mostly known for, right?
Actually, I'm mostly known for All the Marbles and I, the Jury. Maniac Cop 1 and 2. Yes, I can recognize for Maniac Cop. But mostly, believe it or not, for All the Marbles and I, the Jury, and lately for Sky that I just did with Diane Kruger. Lena Dunham, and I play Charlene, a wacky bunny girl on the Vegas Strip, wearing a crazy bunny girl outfit, and I have these, pardon me, two Elvis impersonators on either side of me. It's no different than on Hollywood Boulevard, you know, where the people dress up in costumes to take pictures, and you give them money, so forth and so on. So, yeah, the movie is playing on Netflix now, and it's doing very, very well. And the Hollywood Reporter said at TIFF that Landon's performance is so amazing, you wish the entire film were about her.
Yeah.
I was stunned to read that. So yeah, that's on Netflix if anybody wants to see it. It's been on there, I think, for about a year now. But it was a delight working with Diane Kruger. She was very, very professional.
Awesome. Yeah, I met Tom Atkins a few months ago.
Oh, he's a sweetheart. Where'd you meet him?
Sinister Creature Con in Stockton.
What's it called?
Sinister Creature Con.
Is that a festival?
It's a horror con. They have
Oh, okay.
They have one in Stockton, one in Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
I met him. He was very nice. Some people have said that he could be kind of gruff at conventions, but I didn't find that so. I've never met Bruce Campbell. I'd like to meet him though.
Oh, he's out of his mind. He's so funny. He's a one-man show. He's a one-man show. We did a Monster Palooza a couple of years ago, and it was a Maniac Cop reunion. Bill Lustig was there, and Robert Zadar, God rest his soul, and all of us from Maniac Cop. But Bruce would not hang out with us. He was in the showroom by himself, doing his one-man show, you know, with extemporaneously.
Uh-huh.
He just, you know, he's just a one-man show. He just was remarkable. I think he was upset that he got killed in Maniac Cop 2, and that's what I heard through the grapevine, that he was very upset about that. But he's gone on to do some really big things, and he's incredibly talented and so funny. It just makes, you know, it just makes you sick from laughing. He's so funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, William Lustig. He directed Larry's script, Uncle Sam.
Yes, he did.
Crazy movie. I like that movie.
I never saw it.
Yeah, it's really really crazy. It's got the typical Larry touch on it. You know, it's really funny though. And William Smith is in the movie too. I mean, he's one of the great character actors. What was he like?
William Smith. Oh, he was a doll. He has the greatest voice
Mm-hmm.
in cinema, I think. Just an amazing voice. Um, he was wonderful to work with, and he was there at the reunion for Maniac Cop, and you know he's had a few issues regarding his health, so
Yeah.
he needs prayers. So that's all I'm gonna say. He's a
Oh.
lovely, lovely man. He wrote a book on poetry. He gave me the book. He's a beautiful, beautiful writer. I don't know if you're familiar with the books that he's written on poetry.
No.
Yeah. He's a lovely, lovely man.
That's great. That's great. And then you did Wicked Stepmother. What was it like being in a movie with Betty Davis? It was her last movie.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And there's an interesting story behind that. And she quit halfway through the film because her dentures kept falling out. She told the media that she didn't like working with Larry, which was not true, because she was hugging and kissing Larry every day and hanging out with him every day, and always went up to him and wanted a kiss after shooting. But when I first met her, I had the honor and the privilege of reading with her at Larry's house. And when I first saw her, I thought, my God, this poor woman is so ill, got to be so ill. She looked gravely ill. She was a skeleton when she gave me a big hug, but she was just a rack of bones.
Oh.
And I read with her, and she couldn't read. She simply couldn't read. And
Mm-hmm.
I was there. I saw what happened. I witnessed what had happened. So, then she passed away from cancer, and they had to rewrite the script really quick. So, um, they gave the role to. She was already in the film.
Yeah. She had to have suffered from some mental issues too, because her daughter wrote a book that was pretty similar to what Joan Crawford's daughter wrote about her. You
Oh,
know.
really? I never read the book.
Yeah, it didn't become a huge seller like Mommy Dearest did, but she did write one, and there's interviews on YouTube of her promoting it on shows back in the '80s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and she was still alive when she wrote this book too.
Oh, really? That must have upset Betty tremendously.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
So she passed away halfway through the film, and Larry had to rewrite the entire script. So Betty Davis was the wicked stepmother. So what they did was take Barbara Carrera. Pardon me. They took Barbara Carrera and made her transform her into the wicked stepmother. So um, that's how they got around that. So it was a very, very difficult time for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
especially Betty, of course.
Yeah, sad, sad, sad. So, at what point did you decide that you were going to take time away from acting?
Well, my mom was sick with different ailments, and I took care of her. And then my father suffered a cardiac arrest in Vancouver, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and bladder cancer. And so I stayed up there in Vancouver at a hospital for 6 months um, at a hospital that was not credited at all, Marina Beach General. So I had him taken by ambulance to St. Paul's Hospital. And at the time, the BC ministry was in virtual collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And so they said they couldn't do anything at all for him. And I said he had a massive heart attack. He needs open heart surgery. But they said, the hospitals are closing down all over the place, everywhere. And, we're shutting down wings of this hospital as well. And, I raced a bus, had a fit, and I met a wonderful cardiologist over there who said, why don't you go to the Black Tower? So I went next door to the Black Tower, and I met the vice president of the hospital. At first, they sent me to see this woman, an advocate, ostensibly for patients, but she was an advocate for the hospital. And she just said, go back to LA. There's nothing we can do. He's a cabbage. And that what really incited me. And I just lost my mind. So then they brought in the vice president of the hospital. And I said to him, I'm not leaving this hospital until my father has his open heart. I don't care what you do. Anyway, ultimately, Dr. McBath said, I have 3 daughters of my own. And I wish to God I had a daughter like you. So he got his open heart surgery, but it was really because of Dr. Alan Rabinowitz, the cardiologist, who told me that he was going to get me the best heart surgeon who did heart transplants, by the way. So, I was very, very grateful to this doctor. Excuse me. I fell in love with him, by the way, and nothing happened, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't. But he got my father, Dr. Liechtenstein, on the heart transplant, that #1 surgeon in Canada. So my dad got his OHS, and, then he got the bladder cancer, and I rushed him down here to California and got him with Cedars-Sinai with Dr. Stephen Sachs, an oncologist. And, I was taking care of my dad, so, that was much more important to me than the movie industry, was taking care of him, and I have absolutely no regrets whatsoever. I do it all over again without blinking.
Oh, God bless you. I have a lot of respect for that. After I graduated high school, my grandmother was the sickest she had ever been in her life. I took 9 months off of going to college to take care of her until she passed.
God bless you. What was wrong with her?
She had an aneurysm for like years. After she had her second heart attack in the early 90s, she was never the same again. She just got this aneurysm in her stomach, and her bladder was always hurting her and everything. And yeah, it was pretty bad.
What did she have in her bladder?
Honestly, I don't know. It was a long time ago. But yeah, I took care of her for 9 months, and I remember she got to see 9/11 happen, and every time we had like airplanes flying over our apartment, she was always like paranoid that they were gonna drop a bomb on us.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
How old was she?
81.
That's not so old.
Yeah. Well, she smoked for 50 years, and after her second heart attack, the doctor said, you gotta quit smoking, or that's it. And she lived another 10 years after that.
And when did she pass away? How long ago did she pass away?
2002, so that's 15 years ago.
Yeah. Well, you never get over it.
No.
You never get over it. The loss of your parents. A lot of people have said to me over the years, your mom's gone, get over it. Or I went to an acting class after after my father passed away, a long time after my father passed away, just to see if I could get back into the swing of things. And people said to me, you haven't been here, you haven't been here. And I said, I thought my father passed away. And 3 or 4 different people in my class, Laurene Landon's class, said, well, get over it. Just get over it. He's gone. Move on. Get over it. And I said to all 3 people, separately, are your parents alive? And all 3 people said, yeah, so what? And I said, so someday, God forbid, if you go through what happened to my parents, then come back to me with that same attitude. And then I just quit. I just got out of the industry because, it's such a fickle industry, and, but for the fans of the movies, who are so loyal and so wonderful and so gracious.
Yeah.
But the people in the film industry, have, for the most part, no conscience, and I
Yep.
don't care what people say to me about that, but they have no conscience, it's just, it's a machine. The industry is a machine, it's all about revenue, that's it, revenue, 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 and, like I say, if it were not for the fans, then we would not even be having this phone call right now.
Yep. Absolutely. Us nerds, we love you, Laurene.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Now, you're not a nerd.
Well, not in the traditional
It's
sense.
word, a nerd, it's like people that are, I'm technologically impugned myself,
Mm-hmm.
but, I meet people that are just simply geniuses on computers, and they call themselves nerds. I don't call people like that nerds. I call them geniuses.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't mean I'm a nerd in the technical sense. I mean, I don't have glasses or a pocket protector, but I,
Oh, what? A pocket protector? What's that?
those things that they put in their shirt pocket to put their pens in it, so the pens won't mess up their shirts with the ink.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I never even heard that term in my life.
Oh, it's very rare now. Back in the '80s, they were all over.
Huh.
Yeah. So do you have any projects that you're working on now?
Yes, I have 2 projects coming up. I'm not supposed to say what they are because there's a major media outlet that's going to do an exclusive on each one of them. But one is about witches in a mental facility,
Yeah.
and the other is, well, I shouldn't really say, but there's 2 projects that are coming out, and one of them, like I said, is about witches, and it's about a rest home that's used as a front for witches covens, with designs on raising Lucifer.
Uh-huh.
It's a great part. I played the role of Barbara Allen in that, and also another film that I'm executive producing that film. One of the executive producers. other film that I'm doing is about 4 recently deceased characters who find themselves in purgatory, and they're waiting a sin cleansing so that they may enter heaven. And they've all been gathered. It's really exciting, this movie. They've all been gathered to review and relive the one sin in which they failed to repent while they were on earth. That is so heinous that it would send them straight to hell. And the film is composed of 4 vignettes with a wraparound story of their spiritual guide. So it's kind of like an anthology, an omnibus, if you will. But I'm not supposed to say the name of it. I'm also working on Father Time with Larry Cohen, and I've got Terror Tales coming out very soon that we shot in Colorado by this amazing director, Jimmy Lee Combs. And that's coming out, I think, in January, and also Nation's Fire that I did with for Universal recently opposite Bruce Dern. He plays my much older husband, and I play a trailer trash train wreck of a wife. What
Awesome.
a stretch, huh? Anyway,
Yeah, awesome.
Krista Glada stars in it. She plays my daughter. She's absolutely breathtaking and incredibly talented and emotional, and you know, it was a true gift to be able to work with this young up-and-coming star. I think she's going to be an absolute megastar. But Bruce Dern said to me after we were finished filming, he said in front of the entire crew and the cast, he said, Laurene, I've worked with everybody, every actress in my life. I've worked with the best of the best, and I've never worked with an actress greater than you, with the exception of my daughter.
Oh.
Can you believe that? He said it in front of the producers of Universal, the director. He said it in front of everybody, and he said, if there's anything I can ever do for you, please let me know. You're absolutely an amazing, amazing actress. And he helped me so hard. I thought he was going to break my plastic explosives, but anyway, he was fabulous to work with and very giving. And so is Tom Proctor, and so is Thomas Churchill, the director. I call him Sir Thomas Churchill because he's just an amazing talent, and I absolutely adore him.
Oh God, I'm looking forward to that movie. That sounds great. I mean, that's a high compliment to receive.
Yeah, for Bruce Dern to say something like that, I was stunned. And one of the executive producers said to me, because everybody was crying when we did this one particular scene, because I went psycho, which was a real stretch again for me. But I just went psycho on Bruce being an alcoholic, and he's leaving me. Finally, he's leaving. And after we were done that particular scene, one of the Universal gentlemen came up to me and said, do you know you just went toe-to-toe with a 2-time Academy Award-winning actor, and you upped it. You upped it. You were unbelievable. And everybody said that. So, you know, if I never make another movie again, which I am, and, you know, I have that to carry with me, and I'm very grateful that Bruce said that, because I certainly didn't expect that. But everybody was great in the cast. You know, they had Tom Proctor from Sons of Anarchy, who was wonderful. He plays my husband after Bruce Dern leaves me. Actually, my scenes with Bruce Dern are in flashback. Tom Proctor is in it, and like I said, the amazingly, impossibly gifted and gorgeous Krista Glada, and Gail Bellows, and a lot of people are in it. So I'm very excited about this film.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be good. So I have a couple of jokes for you.
Oh, good. I love jokes.
Yeah, since you said that I'm insanely funny, I'll tell you a couple of jokes.
Okay.
A bear and a rabbit are taking a shit in the woods. The bear says to the rabbit, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a problem with shit sticking to your fur?" The rabbit says no. So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
Oh, that's funny. That's disgusting. That is great.
I told a friend of mine that, and it went over her head.
How could it go over your head?
I don't know, but she said, "Okay, and then what happened?" And I said, "And then the rabbit died from the stink."
Well, I think that's very, very funny. I got it right away. What is the
Yeah. Um, a little boy named Peter is on a camping trip, and he's awakened by a nightmare. And
Okay.
a girl, camp counselor, rushes into the tent and says, "Peter, what happened?" And he says, "I had a really bad nightmare." And the camp counselor says, "What does your mommy do when you have a nightmare?" And he says, "Well, she usually lets me put my finger in her belly button." And the camp counselor says, "Oh, you can put your finger in my belly button." And so the camp counselor lays right next to him. And then the camp counselor screams, "Peter, that's not my belly button." And Peter says, "That's not my finger either."
Oh, gross. That's so gross. That's so funny. That's so disgusting.
Yep.
You want to hear my favorite all-time joke?
Go ahead.
You probably heard it. I'm sure you've heard it. But I heard this when I was in, I think, fifth or sixth grade.
Mm-hmm.
There's a German, an American, and a Polak. I can
Yeah.
say this because I'm a Polak, and I'm proud to be a Polak. German, American, and Polak, and they're all discussing their past achievements of the year. The German says, "We've been to the moon, and now we're going to Saturn." The American says, "Big deal, we've been to the moon, and now we're going to Pluto, the furthest planet from the Earth." And the Polak says, "Big freaking deal, we've been to the moon, and now we're going to the sun." And the other two say, "You stupid idiot, how can you go to the sun? You're going to burn up." And the Polak says, "Yes, I know, but we're going to go at night." You never heard that?
No, I love it.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That's my favorite joke of all time.
Oh my God. Oh, here's another one. Being Catholic, you'll think this is pretty funny. Um, Two pedophiles are walking down the street,
Uh-huh.
and they're smelling a little boy's underwear, and they're trying to figure out like what grade the boy was in, right? One
Uh-huh.
one says sixth grade, the other one says seventh grade. And so they banter back and forth for a while, and then finally they decide to go to their local priest and have him say what grade that he thought it was, right?
Uh-huh.
And so he takes the underwear, he smells it, and he says seventh grade, but not from this parish.
Oh, but not from this parish.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
that's
Well, there's
pretty.
a lot of that crap going on in the Catholic Church.
I know. I think it's disgusting.
I do too.
I was lucky enough not to ever be a part of it when I was growing up.
You were never an altar boy?
Oh, I was, but I was never involved in that kind of stuff.
You were never approached by a priest or an
Nope.
acolyte or anybody like that?
Nope. Knock on wood.
Well, you're lucky.
I know so many of them get to, that happens to so many, and it's just disgusting. You know, one of the things that is plaguing our country is pedophiles. You know, and like
Yes.
whenever you get these politicians that are running for president, you almost never see any of them say, we need to get these people off the streets. Never. They never say that. And it's just disgusting
Are you talking about the Catholic Church?
about the pedophiles. And, yeah,
Well, you just move them around.
just
You
in
just move them
general.
around, right?
Yeah,
They're supposed to notify the community, but half the time they do not. So, you know,
I
there's a special place in hell for those kind of people.
yeah. And, I think that people who have never been molested themselves, they don't believe that this kind of thing could happen and that these kind of people exist. You know, and it's just so stupid. Because it's usually somebody in high power that's usually accused of doing this, and the people who they work with, they see the person as a prophet. You know, and so they you know go out of their way to defend them just so they can make more money, and it's disgusting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and it happens a lot, unfortunately.
Hmm. I saw a documentary not too long ago about Hollywood and child actors, and it was really heartbreaking. You know,
What child actors in particular?
more recent ones, but they talked about a particular famous director. I won't say who it was. You'd have to see it yourself, and I was just stunned at what I heard.
Really?
Yeah,
Is a famous director?
yeah. Not like not like influential one, but one who has like consistent blockbuster movies coming out.
Huh.
Yeah, it was pretty disturbing.
Wow.
But I'm glad we got to do this interview, Lorraine,
Thank you
and
so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. You're a sweetheart. Thank you.
yes, and I'm glad that I got to meet you and stuff, and I got to kiss your hand. That was so awesome.
Is that all you kissed?
It was I only got to kiss your hand. I wanted to kiss you on the lips, but then I was afraid of leaving the convention early.
Well, I'm sure there was a lot of that going on. I mean, yeah.
And I don't mean being escorted out by security, but by going back to my hotel room.
Did you stay at the hotel there on the premises? What was it?
Yeah, it was the Marriott I stayed
Yeah,
at.
Marriott.
Yeah, and we ended up getting our hotel room for free because somebody with
Good.
somebody with the same last name also made a reservation, and they actually switched our rooms by accident.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you didn't have to pay for the room?
Yeah, well, it was my friend's reservation. He didn't have to. It was like $250. It was like a lot of money.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how much are the rooms there? Are they nice?
They're nice. I mean, they they're not like a Hilton or anything like that. They're kind of like a kind of a white trashy version of a nice hotel.
Wow, it looks beautiful from the outside, I'll tell you that. It's beautiful on the ground floor. The few times I've been there for the autograph shows, it looks to me like a magnificent hotel.
I mean, it is nice landscaping, nice building, you know, but the rooms are really they're nothing to write home about. I think.
All the rooms pretty much the same. You have a shower for Norman Bates to show up, right? You have a bed for breakaway camp with Jonathan Kirsten. You have an iron. I don't honestly care when I stay at hotels. I honestly don't care where they put me. I always tell the producers or directors, please just put the money on the screen. And just put me in a motel or I don't care where, outhouse, I don't care. Just put the money on the screen.
Do you check underneath your mattress for bugs and all that?
No, never.
Yeah, I do that just because I've had experiences where like I've had like ticks on me, like late,
Ticks?
yeah, ticks, like flea ticks.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had that
You know how to
experience.
get rid of them, right? You just light a match to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ticks? In the bed?
Yeah, it was
My
cra-
goodness.
it was crazy.
Well, I have fleas because I sleep with my dogs every night, but that doesn't bother me. I get bit all the time, but I don't care.
Hmm. Yeah, some people don't. I guess I just don't like them crawling up on me. Yeah, yeah. So, Lorraine, thank you very much for doing this interview today.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Can I add you as a friend on Facebook?
No,
No.
I'm blocking you as of today.
Hmm.
Of course, you can friend me on Facebook. Of course, of course.
Awesome.
The problem I got to tell you with Facebook is
Mm-hmm.
And I get private messages all the time from people that want to take me out to dinner, or pay $10,000 to have dinner, or send me free pictures, or get me this script made, get me that script made, read my screenplay, read my this, or if you respond to them in kind because they say I love your movies, blah blah blah, and if you just say thank you so much, all of a sudden you got a relationship going, right? And then they get progressively angrier if you don't respond expeditiously, and so it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's nice to have friends and so forth, but sometimes people are just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, insane to say the least. So, I have to be careful. I'm gonna be deleting a lot of people pretty soon because I'm getting too many private messages and people calling me. I don't know how they get my phone number, but they call me in the middle of the night.
Oh my.
To blab, and so it's just bizarre. But no, sure, I'd be honored to be friends with you on Facebook or Facelift, whatever it's called.
Facelift. That's funny. Yeah.
So, can everybody please go look at IMDb and give my page a like? I'd really appreciate that. I know it's a shameless plug, but please go to IMDb and give my page a like, or go to LaureneLandon.biz. Check out my website there.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Laurene.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, Tommy.
You have a great day, and maybe next time I'm in Los Angeles, maybe we can get together if you'd like to.
I'd love that. Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you so much. And remember, prayer, more importantly, praise.
I will pray. I will.
Praise. Prayer, more importantly, praise.
Absolutely.
Okay. God bless. Thank you, sweetie.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Laurene Landon. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Laurene. I had a great conversation with you. It was very insightful and meaningful. It wasn't just, the fripperies and the foolishness and the giggles and the fun and all that stuff. I'm quoting Marlon Brando on his famous 1973 Dick Cavett show. Anyways, if you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow and like me on Facebook and Twitter. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. And remember, enough is never enough. Later, dudes.